for the International Faculty Development Program on Challenges in Restructuring the Innovative Teaching Learning Techniques, Day 2, Session 2 for Challenges in Innovative Teaching. Delegates from all over the world and across India for this program shows the relevance of the topic post-COVID-19 and also the need of the hour. With tremendous ovation, I welcome our esteemed keynote speaker, Dr. M.V.Nagarajan, Vice Principal, St. Thomas College of Arts and Science, Chennai, Tamilnadu, to expatiate his proficiency on challenges in innovative teaching. He is a person having 19 years of teaching experience at UG level, inclusive of 10 years at PG level. He has authored 5 textbooks on management accounting, advanced management accounting, financial management, corporate accounting, and advanced corporate accounting. At present, he is going to publish books on financial accounting and advanced financial accounting for various BCom and allied degree subjects. He has presented so many seminars in different universities and colleges, and also for distance education students in IGNOU, TNOU, Anna University, Madras University, to name a few. He has published 4 articles in different journals, presented and published 10 articles in national and international seminars, and also presented 2 papers at international level seminar and 12 papers at national level seminar. I once again welcome you, sir, to serve your technical know-how on innovative teaching. I am confident this session would be a stimulating, thought-provoking, and refreshing. Thank you, sir. Thank you, delegates. Welcome you, one and all. Thank you, sir. Dinesh, sir.
Now the session will be handed over by Nalini to Dr. Nagarajan, Vice Principal, St. Thomas College of Arts and Science.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, ma'am.
Ma'am, PPT is there? PPT.
So you can share from your screen, sir. I've given the option.
Okay. My video is not visible, sir.
Did you select the share screen option, sir? You just go to the share screen option.
Okay, sir.
Click the share screen.
So where should I go, sir?
So that's in the bottom. You have a green color icon called share screen. The bottom you can see participants, chats, and share screen.
Participants.
Chat, share screen in the bottom, sir. The bottom of your screen.
Bottom of my screen, sir.
Yeah, share screen. There will be a green color icon called the share screen.
Yes.
You just click that, sir. Yeah. Oops. So are you speaking in mobile, sir?
Yeah.
So do you have a PDF or do you have a PPT, sir?
So already I have submitted a PDF.
Sir, I have given you a the next better you can share, I think so.
Ma'am?
I have given you in the group.
Okay, so should I share?
Yes, you share,
please,
sir.
Please.
Yeah, 1 second, ma'am. One second, sir.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's called Challenges in Innovative Teaching, right, sir? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. 1 second.
Can we start, sir?
1 second. You can just start speaking, sir. In the between, I can share. I'll share the PPT, sir, for you.
Respected professors and teachers, my dear brothers and sisters, very good evening, one and all. Warm and hearty welcome to you all participate in this webinar. This is Dr. M.V.Nagarajan, Vice Principal in St. Thomas College, Chennai, Tamilnadu. Here I'm going to present the webinar in the topic Challenges in Innovative Teaching. So, my dear brothers and sisters, if my voice is not audible and video is not visible, please kindly bear me and excuse me. And surely I'll send my PPT presentation to your personal mail ID and or your WhatsApp number. Now, I'm going to start the topic, webinar topic in challenges in innovative teaching. First, I just want to give an introduction about the innovative teaching. Education is a light that shows the mankind the right direction to search. The purpose of education is not just making a student literate, but adds the rational thinking, knowledgeable, and self-sufficiency. When there is a willingness to change, there is hope for progress in any field. Creativity can be developed and innovation benefits both students and teachers. Now, I just want to share the meaning for innovation. Innovation is a word that is derived from the Latin word innovare. This means into the new. So actually, you people all are aware about the most of the English words which borrowed from the Latin, Greek, even in Tamil, Hindi also they borrowed and they formed the new language English. So these innovare is the word which borrowed from the Latin, and this means into new. Simply telling, simplest meaning of innovation is doing something different. Whatever things done by others, if you are following the same thing, that is not the innovation. So we should have to doing something different. Innovations means the process of translating an idea or invention into goods or service that creates value or for which customers will pay. To be called an innovation, an idea must be replicable at an economical cost and must satisfy a specific need. Innovation involves a deliberate application of information, imagination, and initiative in deriving greater or different values from resources, and includes all which new ideas are generated and converted into useful products. And business innovation often results when ideas are applied by the company in order to further satisfy the needs and expectations of the customers. So these are all the meanings which I derived for the innovation. Now, the definitions, recent definition which has given by some people that recently Kusmaksky In 2003, he, from his point of view, innovation explained as a new idea, product, device, or novelty. It is a mindset, a way of thinking beyond the present and into the future. Innovation is important for companies, and when used well, it can be a process, strategy, and management techniques. And the one more guy, Rostelland, 2013, he defined the innovation is a word that often is used in the business world, and for companies, this usually means something risky, costly, and time consuming. And finally, recently, 2016, Indian authors, Mr. Bakran and Mr. Mehta, they mention innovation can, at a fundamental level, be the process of generating and combining ideas to make a relationship between present accomplishments and past experiences to solve future problems. Technological fact, and it play a critical role in the world economy. Now, we just go for the innovative teaching, the meaning for the innovative teaching. Sir, PPT, you're not scrolling the PPT, I think, sir. Now I am in the 5th PPT. Sir, excuse me.
Dinesh, are you here?
Okay, now we are going to discuss about the
I'm here.
innovative teaching. So this is a 5th PPT, sir.
1 second.
Just have to scroll. You just have to move to that 5th PPT.
Is it fine, sir? Are you? Is it visible?
No, no.
Now the innovative teaching. I
1
just
second.
want to share the meaning of the innovative teaching.
1 second. 1 second, sir. I'll just share it once again. So, is it visible now?
Yes.
Some of the reason mic not muted, sir.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes,
I'm just doing.
Yeah,
Some.
it's visible. Now innovative teaching. It's a fifth PPT. Fifth.
Dinesh, lot of disturbances are there.
Ma'am, people are joining, ma'am. Now only joining, so it will be creating noises.
Okay, okay,
So,
fine.
yeah, once they join, only we can able to mute them.
Okay, fine.
Yes, now it's fine.
Sir, this note, sir, is the 5th point. I'm telling that 5th PPT, 5th PowerPoint presentation from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's a 5th I'm telling that. So actually, this is out of 28 points. This is the 5th point what I did. Fifth PowerPoint, sir.
I mean, this
Innovative teaching meaning.
Ma'am, Satya, ma'am, I think this is the only PPT which I've received.
Event last.
1 second, sir.
Or else no need to scroll. I just explained.
Yes.
Sir, 5th slide. It's called a slide. 5th slide, not the PPT.
Okay.
Innovative teaching meaning, sir.
Is it right, sir?
Yes, now.
Innovative teaching meaning. Yeah, that's correct. Perfect,
yeah.
sir.
Yeah, thank you, sir.
Now, I just want to share the meaning of innovative teaching. Do you know that innovative teaching is where good teachers are inventive and creative, where they continue to discover and devise new methods and content to ensure that students always get the best learning experiences. And this quarantine is that where that we are unable to go college and we meet the students. So here are a lot of devices like Zoom, WhatsApp, messengers that we are using to contact our students. So this is also a kind of innovative teaching. The simplest meaning of innovative teaching, it's doing something different in teaching. Doing something different in teaching is the other meaning for innovative teaching. From my point of view, innovation of this is my view. Innovation of teaching is not only achieved through the modern communication devices. Most of the teachers and professors, they are thinking that if they are aware of the modern communication devices, then if we are using those devices in front of students, we are making about the devices for the students. They think that is the innovative teaching. It's only using the devices. Innovative teaching can be achieved only through the passion and dedication of a teacher. He should love his profession. Innovative teaching gets success when the teachers love profession, not only loving their profession, and must love their students. So from my point of view, actually, this is an innovative teaching. Actually, this is the view which given by me. The next one, sir. Purpose of innovative teaching. What is the purpose? What is the need? The purpose of innovative teaching to evaluate the traditional methods of teaching. Do you know about the traditional method of teaching? So in earlier periods, so there was like Guru Shishyan, like then the next era, the classroom teaching using blackboards and chalkpiece and talking in front of students and what they think they just writing in the book. That is a earlier teaching. That's a traditional teaching. But the innovative teaching evaluate the traditional methods of teaching as well as, and we are all following the same traditional method of teaching. Still, we are using the board chalkpiece as well multimedia teaching and to just other useful teaching methods that can be attempted in imparting knowledge. Basically, teaching must include two major components, sending and receiving information. There must be the two-way communication, what I'm trying to tell. Ultimately, a teacher tries is to impart knowledge as the way he understood it. So any communication method that serve this purpose without destroying objective could be considered as innovative methods of teaching. The use of innovating methods in educational institutions has the potential not only to improve education, but also empower the people, strengthen governance, and galvanize the effort to achieve the human development goal for the country. Now, I'm going to share the challenge in innovative teaching. What are the challenges that we are facing and how we have to overcome those challenges? What are the things that we have to use overcome all those challenges that I want to share with you people in 28 innovative ideas. Okay, the biggest challenges for any teacher is capturing each student's attention. That is a very big task for us because we are not having the people like only good students, good studying students. So it's a combination of all. 30% poor students and 30% very good students, and the rest of 40% belongs to good students. But we have to make their attention and conveying ideas effectively enough to create a lasting impression. Whatever we think, whatever we just wants to convey, it should be reached to the each and every one of the students. As a teacher, to tackle the challenge effectively, you should implement innovative ideas that make the classroom experience much more lovable for your students. So here, I just sharing you all people 28 innovative ideas and the challenges that will help you reinvent your teaching methods and make your classes more interesting. So hardly you might study something around some 16 or 15 innovative ideas, but nearly I found 28 innovative ideas. Don't think that innovative thing not one because of uh, devices, psychological thing also it should be included in innovative teaching. That too I shared along with these 28 ideas. The first, innovative ideas. Then the first one is creative teaching. There must be the creative teaching. So monotonously, we are carrying the textbook, chalk base, and writing the notes in the board or dictating the notes in the board. That is not fair, you know. So take the help of tools to stimulate creativity. Include playful games or forms of visual exercises that will excite young minds and capture their interest. This is a time-tested method to identify every young student's creative abilities and encourage creative contributions. Bring aspects of creativity into all your subjects, be it with either it may be commerce, accountancy, economics, medicines, engineering, mathematics, science, history, geography, etc., etc., etc. Think of way to develop the creative ideas. Encourage different ideas. Give them the freedom to explore. Now, the point number 2, introduce lessons like a story. In the previous point I explained, you know, so we should not teach the subject like machines. So we just have to introduce all the lessons like a story. For example, if I'm starting to take the people the single entry system, you know, in accountancy, because major field is accountancy. So if I start the single entry system, so before starting that, I just used to tell the story. Like single entry system is followed is maintained by the small traders. Those are not having the huge transactions in the business. So in single entry system is apt for that because they are going to maintain only 3 ledger accounts. One is a cash book, another one is a debtors account, the creditors account. Cash book, whatever the receipts and payments, and that it shows the history. And debtors is nothing but to whom the goods sold in credit. So they have to maintain that ledger. And creditors account, the suppliers account is nothing but from goods they bought on credit. So these 3 ledgers they used to maintain. So because the small traders only they wants to know their debtors, creditors, and cash transactions. So like that small story when we start. So before telling the story, for at the time of sharing the story, I asked them, so what are the petty shops nearby your home? Like that, every students they used to tell, sir, there is one small petty shop, sir. There is one provisional store, sir. There is one vegetable shop, sir. So they are the people, those are going to maintain the single entry system. So like that, if I'm telling the story, after telling the story, then I enter into the problem, you know. So definitely, and they easily capture the uh, entire picture of the stuff, what we are going to teach. So the introduce lessons like a story. Sir, I'm talking about the second point. So just think, why do you watch movies with much interest? You know that. Why do you watch movies with much interest? You like to watch movies because there is always an interesting story to keep you engaged. Because it's a combination of, out of 3 hours, they're not showing only the only the sentiment scenes. It's a combination of love, sentiments, fights, then songs, then final climax, first introductory scene. It's a combination of all that thing. So like that, learning sessions more interesting when it has a story. That's what I told you earlier. When I started the chapter, I used to give the story of the consent chapter. If you are a creative, even mathematics lessons, whatever it may be, that is, in mathematics, I'm taking for the replacement problem. In that replacement problem, before go to the problem, I used to tell the story of that replacement problem. Replacement problem is nothing but whenever using assets, after a certain period, you must replace your assets. If you fail to replace your assets, then you have to meet huge maintaining expenditure as a recurring in a recurring nature, like used to tell. So after telling this, like it may be a two-wheeler, it may be a car, or it may be a machine or plant, whatever it may be. So everything there should be it should be replaced after certain years. So after telling the story, then I used to go for the replacement problem. Like, and accountants lessons, BRS can be related to interesting. So BRS, I used to tell. So everyone, you're aware about the bank transactions. Everyone, you used to visit the banks. So when you enter into bank, then you have to produce your passbook, and whatever, if you have withdrawals, then it will be entered only by the cashier or the banking official in the passbook. Or whatever it may be, the withdrawal or deposits, whatever it may be. So it should be entered only by the banker. But when you're coming into the home, then cash book has to be maintained by the proprietor of the business or yes, that's a person. Why the changes in both the cash book and passbook, like we have to reconcile. So for that, what we used to do that. So some of the checks we deposited in the bank, but we entered in our cash book. But the bank, they'll entered amount, they'll be entered the amount only after 3 days, after 3 working days of the bank. If there is any government holidays, like, so it will take delay. So at the end of the month, like for 29th of January, if I deposit the check in the bank, then it will be credited in the 2nd or 3rd of February, like in the sense. So the amount is not yet entered till the next month, but in my cash book I have entered the check as receiving the amount and deposited, like deposited into bank, like I've entered. So there'll be the difference at the end of January 31st. So if you are telling the subjects like a story, so definitely they can easily understand. With even the knowledge and human development authority emphasizing on colleges to take measures for improving the quality of teaching and learning. These innovative ideas are sure to make teaching methods more effective. Point number 3, sir. Love what you do. You can give your best only if you truly love what you do. Just, I beg you all people that kindly love your profession. Without love, there won't be any passion, but there won't be any dedication. So you must love your profession. When you're not stressed, you'll be more creative and inspired. If you really love your teaching profession, then 1 hour class becomes 5 minutes class. Have you experienced this? All you people have experienced this. If you are very interested in your subjects, very eager to teach your class, if you are very interested to meet your students, that 1 hour become hardly 5 minutes. 1 hour is not sufficient for you people. After the bell rang also, you'll continue the class because you love your profession, you love your subject, you love your students. So really, you must love your profession, mainly the teachers. And those are in the teaching profession, they must love the profession. Loving your work keeps you relaxed and gives you room to experiment with new ideas. So definitely, my third point is my humble request. Kindly, all you professors, love your profession, please. Then the next one. Refer to books on creativity. Don't refer as monotonously a single textbook. Like, for example, in our field, in commerce, and mostly accounts in the sense, and the professors, they used to choose only Reddy. Once upon a time, when we were the students, that time we referred Gupta Radha Sami, like R.L. Gupta, V.K. Gupta, like these currently they use only that book they are referring. So to be a creative teacher, you need to do some research on creative ideas and techniques. There are a lot of books on creativity. So just go through those books. Choose some of the best works and start learning. It will be helpful for your professional development as well. So refer as much of books as possible. So don't refer a single textbook because most of the textbooks, they are not updating. Once the time of printing, they are printed nearly 10,000 20,000 copies they printed. So, and that after completing the sale of those books, then only they start to go for the next reprint. So that's why and go through that so many books like, because even myself nearly 7 books I have published. Out of 7 books, initially I struggle like anything in the market, because everyone they are used to tell, so this is the we are following, this is the author we have. No, ma'am. So I've in lot of innovative work done in my textbook. Just go through it after convincing them, and I show my efforts, um, um, what I what I given in the textbook, So I convince them and show the complete picture. Then only they bought my textbooks. Now I got the market. So that's why kindly don't go through a limited book. Don't go through the limited books, okay? And start college clubs or college groups. So this is the thing that you people are doing during this COVID-19, because you people are contact people and through the WhatsApp groups and the messenger groups and Zoom, like so many devices that we have. So we can start our college clubs or college groups through these devices. What about starting an after college club or group? Being a teacher, you may not get enough time to work on interesting topics that you're passionate about. You can share your views and learn more others when you have college clubs or college groups like WhatsApp, messenger group, etc. Okay. So definitely you must share your views on these groups. Always engage with your students. Please love your students and have the open the group, and whatever creative thinking that you get, immediately share with your students. So whatever the subject related information, immediately share with your students, whatever it may be. It's not only relevant to that and this thing subject oriented. Even you may share the current affairs, that general you are getting, so that you may share with your students group. Okay. Audio and video tools. Incorporate audiovisual materials to supplement textbooks during your sessions. These can be models, film strips, movies, pictures, infographics, or other mind mapping and brain mapping tools. Such tools will help their imagination thrive and grow. These methods will not only develop their ability to listen, but it also helps them to understand the concepts better. For example, you can get some oral history materials, conduct live online discussions on playback recordings of public literature, public lectures. If you are tech savvy, there are also a number of smart apps that you can utilize to create awesome slideshows or presentations. Now we have a lot of apps relates to education purpose, so you can download those apps and you can use it in your classrooms. Okay, then. Now, 7th point, real world learning. In the 7th point, infusing real world experience into your instructions will make teaching moments fresh and enrich classrooms learning. Relating and demonstrating through real life situation will make the material easy to understand and easy to learn. It will spark their interest and get the students excited and involved. So the real world learning, when you are going college, so definitely most of the professors, um, they are not nearby their colleges. So definitely they may travel either by car or bus or the two-wheelers, like so. During the gap, while you're traveling from your home to college, there you can see a lot of things in the platforms, in the roads, in the railway stations, whatever things that you are seeing, that you can simply share with your students. The public, how they suffer, poor people, how they suffer. Um, like whatever the scenes that you're seeing on the way between college and home, so that real world learning, that it should be shared with your students. Okay. Brainstorming. So it's already people are aware about the brainstorming. Before starting your session, then you just follow this brainstorming. Make time for brainstorming sessions in your classrooms. These sessions are a great way to get the creative juices flowing. When you have multiple brains focusing on one single idea, you are sure to get numerous ideas and will also involve everyone into the discussion. These sessions will be a great platform for students to voice their thoughts without having to worry about right or wrong. Set some group rules before you start. You can go for a simple brainstorming or group brainstorming or paired brainstorming. So you can choose as your own. There are 3 types of brainstorming: simple or group or paired. It depends on the situations, what is arising during that class session. Okay, so you can choose as your own. That is brainstorming. Now the 9th point, sir. Class is outside the classroom. Class outside the classroom, how is it possible? Class outside the classroom. Some lessons are best learned when they are taught outside the classroom. Organize field trips that are relevant to the lessons, or just simply take students for a walk outside of the classroom. Students will find a fresh and exciting without taking much effort. They learn and remember what you teach them. So like that, periodically, like a tour, you can bring the students to see the outer world. Okay, so you can arrange a tour for the people at least yearly once. Just after arrange it, because they have to see the outside world. So class outside the classroom, they want to learn a lot of things. Like even in our college itself, if you feel boring to take class, better you can take students to the library or playground or some other things, like just make them engage not only in classroom activities, and just bring them out and um, take classrooms under the tree also. So in most of the colleges, they have planted trees. So under the trees also you may take classes. Um, it depends on your convenient. Okay, now the role play. So this is the stuff also you people already aware about the role play. Teaching through role play is a great way to make students step out of their comfort zone and develop their interpersonal skills. This method comes in handy, especially when you're teaching literature, history, or current events. Yeah, it's a mostly this role play they can use in that literature area or history or current events. Like those are doing the public administration, those are doing BA history, like BA Tamil, BA English. For those people, the role play is very important. It will be very useful for those people there. But for the commerce students also, we can make it as a role play. Like how we can teaching accounting, the role of accountant and auditor can by role playing taking chapter and rectification. Like for example, if there is one chapter in accountancy, rectification of errors. So rectification of errors is nothing but the errors already committed by the accountant. So finally, affect the trial balance, which is not get tally. Sometimes it may even get tally there. So some errors it occur at the time of auditing, but it will go through the will go through all the transactions. Then if he finds any errors in the sense that auditor, he should not cite the X transaction exiting. So at the same time, he has to put the correct entry. How? So I simply make a play in the classroom. So I just call one student, just I tell students, please stood as an accountant and one more student as an auditor. So accountant now tell that what is the entry for purchase furniture. Like if I ask first students in the sense, if he tells the furniture account data, okay, then it is there error, it occurs, no, it's the correct entry because furniture what comes in what goes, because furniture is a capital expenditure and the cash what goes up. So furniture comes in, cash what goes. So that is the correct entry. Okay, now the accountant he done the correct entry. I just call the student. I ask him, what is the entry for salary paid to manager? So if he says salary account data to manager account, like immediately I asked that one more student. I told him to act as a auditor, So I asked him, so whether it is a correct or no, sir, it is wrong. How? Because salary is a nominal account, because salary is an expenses, so it should be debited, and cash should be credited. Sir. Manager should not be credited, cash should be credited, because cash what goes out. Manager we should not consider. Is a part of business. Like, okay, now you already put the manager account data, sorry, salary account data to manager account. Now you are the auditor. Now how you can solve this error? So like I just make the role play. They used to tell, and that I used to explain it. Now, without striking, without cancelling, or without overwriting the existing entry, that error should be rectified. How it is possible? Like in the role playing, and I used to tell that manager account data should be debited, and two, actually correct entry is salary account data to cash, but in the wrong entry, they mentioned that salary account data to manager account, and the rectifying entry, the auditor has to pass the manager account data to cash account. So manager account data to cash account. So manager debit credit cancel. So automatically it appears like salary account data because expenses. It belongs to nominal account. Cash what goes up, that is belongs to a real account. So like the role play if we are conducting, so definitely they can easily understand the concept what we are teaching to the students. So role play plays a very important role, not only for the history students or not only for the BA English or BA Tamil students. Because if you are the creative thinking, if you people are the creative thinking, if you possess the creative thinking, definitely you can conduct role play in all the areas, not only for history, that Tamil English. Even in the medicines, engineering is also the professors they can use this role play. The role playing approach will help a student understand how the academic material will be relevant to these everyday tasks. Then the role playing is most effective for students of almost any age group. You just need to customize depending on the age group. You can even use this method for teaching preschoolers. Just make sure, keep it simple enough to capture the limited attention span. Now, the 11th point. Storyboard teaching. Rudyard Kipling rightly said, if history were taught in the form of stories, it would never be forgotten. Never be forgotten. So it's a famous quotation which was given by Rudyard Kipling. Storyboard is a great way to teach any subject which requires step-by-step memorization or visualization, highly conceptual ideas. History teachers, it's only applicable for the history because they are going to teach the past history by year. Even in our school days, in my school days, in my school days, my history teacher used to talk. He used to talk like he's mentioned the years from beginning to end. What are the years? What are the events that happen in the concern year? Like everything is shared, so it's easily memorable for us. And we got very good marks in that also. And the history teachers can use a storyboard to recreate famous events. Such visually stimulating activity will ensure that even complex ideas are easily put across to students. And you can also encourage the use of storyboards as a form of communication and let the students tell a story in pictures using their imagination. Now, the 12th point, stimulating classroom environment. Stimulating classroom environments. A classroom environment that is well decorated, fun, and engaged will help stimulate a student's mind and will help think and learn better. Such a creative and stimulating environment will help them explore and will encourage them to learn about the subject. College students cannot be expected to sit all day and learn. And we need an environment that positively impacts the students is beneficial for you as well. Schools associated with the earliest foundation stage will vouch for the fact that the learning environment has a prime role in learning and development. The classroom environment should be stimulated. Like so still, and the government colleges students, they are facing the problems like there is no proper classroom environment, broken boards, broken table chairs, and broken windows, broken doors, and writing some unnecessary stuff in the walls, that it won't create that classroom environment. So even nowadays, private colleges, aided and self-financed autonomous colleges and all, they are managing. They are doing a good environment. They have a very good environment for teaching for the students. But in case of the government colleges, so the environment is very worse. They don't have even proper that urinal facilities, and they don't have even a proper canteen facilities, that and so it's so it has to be taken care by the government. But private colleges, we are concentrating well on this point. Welcome new ideas. Always welcome the new ideas. An open-minded attitude can help you in innovating new teaching methods. Though you might claim to be open-minded, it's human nature to resist change. Just try to accept for changes, try to resist for changes. The people, those who are taking classes only in board and chalk pace, if the management or college board introduce um, techno classes or PPT presentations like that and all, So for that, then try to adopt the changes, try to adopt the changes. So don't keep on touch with the traditional methods. So if you must always welcome the new ideas. Evaluate yourself and ensure you try out new ideas in the classrooms. Think about a new hobby. Sometimes a hectic workload may affect your engagement in teaching. You know that we don't have only the teaching job. Everyone, we are hectic from the morning till the end of the last hour. After that also, we are engaging the classroom. We are engaging the staff room, updated attendance, and updating day by day activities. And for our NAC, we are engaging. So a lot of activities, a lot of things. Really, outsiders, they feel that teachers are very leisure, so they are very free. So they are doing, they are enjoying their life like anything. But they don't know that inner pains what we are suffering, how much you are suffering nowadays. So a hectic workload may affect your engagement in teaching. If it happens to you, it's natural because we have hectic schedules, hectic schedules. All you are aware about that, our schedules, especially the people, those who are working the self-finance and aided autonomous, and that people, they are suffering like anything because they have to dedicate themselves a lot for their institutions, other than government colleges. You can take a break for a couple of hours and engage in some other activity that you're interested in. If you feel stress, if you feel nervous, just go out, go to the library or go to the canteen, have some coffee, have some refreshments, then just become normal. Okay, just concentrate your work in proper. Okay, this will rejuvenate you, and you can return to your work with more passion and interest. Just never work always with stress. Okay, now my 15th point, sir. This is the 15th point. Work together as a team. Just treat your what I have to tell. Just treat your department and staff members as your friends. But here in the working environment, especially in the teaching, everyone, they are seeing like enemies. They are not sharing their ideas. They are not sharing their views to other professors. But this is not create a positive environment. So as everyone knows, the end result of the collaborative effort is always immense. Think about spending some quality time with your colleagues. Ask them to share their views on improving teaching methods. You can see many of them come up with interesting strategies. So collaborate and introduce innovative teaching methods. You just share your views. You just share our innovative thinking. Just share your innovative ideas with your colleagues. Even if you have any doubts, just have the open mind and ask your colleagues about the doubts, because they may have a very good knowledge about the specific subjects, and you may have a very good knowledge about your subject. So if you are sharing that information, everyone will become everyone become genius in all the subjects. So never hesitate. Don't hesitate to ask the doubts with your colleagues. Just make the positive environment. Just talk with each other. Share all the things, whatever it happens in your home. So whatever it happens in on the way to your college. So whatever things, just share it everything to your colleagues. And mainly you have to share your subject. Okay, the rest of things also okay, but mainly your subject stuff. Crossword puzzles and games. And in the innovative teaching, because in the crossword puzzles and games, you know that it creates a memory power for the students. Like, so the important concepts, you know, so that you just make the crossword puzzles and ask the students to find the answers there. And learning is fun when puzzles and games are part of education. Students may not require taking conscious effort when the lessons are introduced through games. Yeah, because monotonously, like what regularly what we people used to do, that taking notes and dictating notes in front of students and ask the students to copy the notes. That's it. That is enough. This is the basic thing that we used to do in front of our students. So never used to go. Very rare use that, but mostly you just concentrate these kind of activities in to your students. And this is also a part, the crossword puzzles and games. Crossword puzzles and games help students to think creatively and face challenges. Now the 17th point, sir. Audio and video tools. Incorporate audiovisual materials to supplement textbooks during the sessions. These can be models, film strips, movies, and this thing. And if you are such tools will be help the imagination thrive and grow. These methods will not only develop the ability to listen, but will also help them understand the concepts better. For example, you can get some oral history material, conduct live online discussions or playback recordings for public lectures. If you are a tech savvy, there are also a number of smart apps for students that you can utilize to create thousands slideshows or presentations. And the next thing, 18th point, mind map. In so many colleges, I used to see that they are pasted the diagrams inside the classroom about the important concepts or important contents about their topics. But my humble request, please start all those stuff before the examination. For mind mapping, we used to paste all the diagrams and charts inside the classrooms. At the time of examination, just kindly remove it. This mind map is nothing but can be used by teachers to explain concepts in an innovative way. They are much quicker to make and much easier to remember and review because of their visual quality. The non-linear nature of mind maps makes it easy to link and cross-reference different elements of the map. Mind maps are also very quick to review, as it is easy to refresh information in your mind just by glancing once. Mind maps can also be effective mnemonics, and remembering the shape and structure can provide the cues necessary to remember the information within it. They engage much more of the brain in the process of assimilating and connecting facts that conventional notes. The key notion behind mind mapping is that we learn and remember more effectively by using the full range of visual and the sensory tools at our disposal. Pictures in the mind mapping, it's not only in the form of a chart or drawings, that and all. Okay, so it may be the pictures, music, colors, even touch and smell play a part in a learning armory, will help to recollect information for long time. Now the next point, just teaching. The main thing, you know, that's just mind it that 19th point, it's a very important point, because I spend two slides for this point, because the most of the professors, they are looking very rough in front of students while they are entering to the classrooms. I don't know what happened to those people. So they must be, you know, that very powerful word in English. Anyone aware that? 5-letter word. 5-letter, very powerful thing. Smile. So just always used to smile students. Whatever the problems that you're facing personally or or inside the staff room or with other departments, problem with other departments or problem with principals or ma'am or management, just kindly be always having smiling face. Never have the arrogant what I have to tell, that harsh and harsh looking face. Okay, everyone loves a teacher with an infectious sense of humor. Definitely. Now I can remember my teachers, those who took classes with sense of humor. Just I can remember the names. My Shanmugamaya, who taught Tamil in my 11th, 12th, still I am remembering his face and name. Because he is not teaching only the subject stuff. It's a combination of sense of humor, general knowledge, current affairs, like current on that situation, that current political affairs, so current political situations. All this is coming and mainly concentrating there. He's having very good sense of humor. Please try to concentrate on that. So innovative teaching, on the beginning itself, I told you people that innovative teaching, it's not only, it cannot be achieved only because of devices. It cannot be achieved only because of devices. Like this psychological, mind it, all you people mind it, like this psychological changes, if we bring in within us, so definitely we can bring a lot of changes in our students' attitude. Okay, everyone loves a teacher with an infectious sense of humor, looking the lighter side of life not only fosters cordial relationship between professors and students, but also provides a welcome relief while trying to follow a difficult lecture on a complicated subject. Do you know that some of the professors, if they enter into the classroom, the students, they feel relaxed. Some professors, if they enter into the classroom, they feel boring and they feel fear because of that concerned professor they used to scold. He is always having a very arrogant look and he is always scolding the people. So always have the smile face. When there is a willingness to change, there is hope for progress in any field, not only in the teaching, any kind of profession if you are engaging. So that you always these uh, always used to smile. Okay, always smile there. Teaching is a challenge. Learning is a challenge. Combining both effectively is a challenge. Being humorous is a challenge. However, laughing is easy. However, laughing is easy. So definitely laughing is easy. So we are convinced both by experience and research that using humor is teaching in a very effective tool for both the teacher and the students. Definitely let them to let them to share some jokes. You just simply share some jokes. Don't most of the professors, what they do, they used to critics about the students, and they used to laugh when the students he critics about us, so he'll get angry and he'll take some severe action against those people. Take it as a very cool manner, okay, ma? So even if he makes a sense of humor on us, so just take it in a cool way, but with a limited portion, with a limited level. Then we are convinced both by experience and research that using humor is teaching is a very effective tool for both the teacher and student. Humor strengthens the relationship between student and teacher, reduce stress, makes the course more interesting, and if relevant to the subjects, may even enhance recall of the material. Now see the next slide also, I just continue the humor only, because it's a very important part inside the classroom. That when we are entering, the humor is a main part. Humor has the ability to relax people, reduce tension, and thereby create an atmosphere conducive for learning and communication. Numerous studies in the field of advertising have noted that humor is the most effective tool for enhancing recall of advertisement. See, all the advertisements, which advertisement you use to recall, if it is a combination of that humor with a sense of humor, um, um, and promoting their products, that only we can easily recall the advertisement also. It is easy to create a humor in the classrooms by reading books of jokes and to listen to professional comics. The students should be encouraged to take notes, especially to learn about the professional use of such techniques as exaggeration, passes, and timings. Observe reality and exaggerate it. Much humor lies in observations about real life and truthful situations. In conclusion, humor not only plays an important role in the healing process, but it is also very important in education. Very, very important in education. Kindly mind it, my dear professors, my dear teachers, my lovable teachers and professors. It is a very necessary thing while we are teaching inside the classroom. We are standing in front of the students. The humor is a very important, it plays a very important role in teaching. Okay, the next point. Z to A approach, not A to Z approach. What does it mean, Z to A approach? And so most of the people, they are confusing with that. What is this? This is also innovative teaching. Yeah, because whatever you teach, so before directly go to the problem. Before that, just do some mindset, is that I just read the content concept that is that a approach attempts to explain the application part of a particular concept first. Like in my subject, account subject, branch accounting, one of the subject, branch accounting is that. So branch accounting simply directly, if I'm going for a problem in the sense, definitely they cannot understand. The students, it's very tough to understand the concept of branch accounting. So first I used to tell, what is the head office of Vivek and Co. Like, and they used to tell, sir, it is in T Nagar, sir. Okay, so do you find any more branches in any other place? Like, yes, sir, there is a branch nearby home, sir. There is a branch nearby Vadabani, sir. There is a branch nearby KK Nagar, sir, near Party, like they used to tell. So what are those? Is there branches or a head office? These are all the branches. Sir. So like you have seen the branches. So branches will purchase the goods directly. No, sir. How you are telling that they are not purchasing? Because they are not coming under the control of head office. Whatever, whenever the goods they need, they used to inform to the head office. Head office will supply the goods to the branch. So they are coming under the control of a branch, and they can sell the goods to the customers, but they cannot purchase the goods from outsiders. They have to inform the head office to get the goods from that, sir. So like, so when I tell this, after telling the complete the story, after tell that result, then I used to come for the problem. After coming to the problem, I just give the format and goods into branch, goods returned by branch, like opening balance of stock and debtors and petty cash, closing balance of stock, debtors and petty cash. After I'm giving the format, giving the complete explanation, then if there is any information missing in the data, like opening data, cash receipt from data, closing data are missing, then you have to go for the data. Like, so telling from result to that is in reverse. So after telling the story, after the format, then only I used to go for the problem. Like that is called result A approach. This teacher should explain the application of particular concept first and explain the effects of such applications. For examples in management subjects, because you people are, most of the people, they are aware about the management subject. Motivation is explained in a manner that organization get extended benefits out of using some techniques like promotion and awards. So here the use of promotion is explained first, and later students would get interest in knowing what are promotion and awards. So another example we can try is that in accounting, that same accounting, because I am myself, my major part is accounting, and that in accounting, the income statement and balance sheet can be explained first, and later drawing the attention to double entry system of booking. So balance sheet, profit account, trading account, before drawing that if we go to the trading P&L balance sheet, in the sense that students, they feel struggle to study them. So initially we have to talk about the double entry system of bookkeeping. So what is a real account, what personal account, what is a nominal account, how we have to fill the journal entries from the transactions. After putting journal entries, how we have to transfer it to the ledger accounts. After drafting into the ledger accounts, then how we have to prepare the trial. With the help of trial balance only fine. So this is called Z-to-A approach. So directly, the most of the universities, they are not offering that journal, ledger, trial balance. They directly go for the final accounts. If we directly teach the final accounts, the people, the students, they feel struggle. So that's why this is called Z-to-A approach. Now the 21st point, sir. Mnemonics words approach. Like when you enter into the classrooms, you just the topic what you have to discuss on the specific day, so that topic, just give the outline to the students, just ask the students to explain, at least give 2 to 5 minutes there, and wait for the reply. So that is called mnemonic words or words. Here the teacher is not supposed to talk on a particular concept for a quite long time. But to make it to clear to the students, you can just go on saying mnemonics or it is associated meaning in words. Yeah, he goes on saying only words instead of sentence. And once they come to basic understanding of the meaning of a particular concept, then the teacher will explain in sentence. For example, in teaching language courses technique, we used effective medium. In the language courses like BA English, BA Tamil and all, used as effective medium by the teacher to develop word cloud. On this situation, what are the necessary things by these innovative teaching? So this dictionary must be used widely. So the students, they have to retain the dictionary and verb, it will increase the word. Okay, now the last point, the teacher also gets to know many words pertaining to a particular concept. Even the teacher is not aware about that and that specific topic, that if we are getting the reply from our students, so definitely even we can enrich our knowledge. Okay, next. Accept mistakes and errors. This is the thing. When you commit the error, accept the error. That is a problem that basically we have. We know well so that we are doing error. If the students, they're pinpointing or indicating that error, they and spontaneously we get against those ones. So never get please accept your errors, accept your mistakes. Okay, never have the superior complex among the students. Never have it, please. Never have it. Just always down to be earth. Okay, please always down accept your mistakes and errors in the subject when it is indicated by our students. So definitely, whatever the errors, it is indicated by our students, because if you are teaching accounts in the class, so most of the students, they are going for a CA coaching and a CWA coaching. They already, they're doing a very advanced in their professional coaching. So they are well aware about the subjects. When we teaching that, so some of the concepts, it might be outdated. So they may tell us, sir, this is the error that you have committed. In my experience, I got in my teaching life, I got an experience like some 8 years old back, I think. I taught the students that negotiable instruments. I told that the negotiable instruments like checks, drafts, that and the life of the check is for 6 months, like I said. One of the students, he raised his hand and stood up and said, sir, it is not 6 months, sir. This is 3 months, sir. You are giving a wrong information, sir. Really, I praised him and I let him to wait. And the next day, I referred in the web, and referred in the internet. Then that 6 months has reduced to 3 months. Really, I shocked. The next day, what I've done, I praised the students like anything that I made him great applause for that guy. So never always praise them in front of other students, those who indicated your errors. Never scold those guys. It increases your goodwill. It won't decrease your goodwill. Okay, definitely it increases your goodwill. I've experienced with my students so many situations. Like I told, life of check. Let them to raise questions. First of all, make them free to answer questions. Let them to raise the questions. Never tell, hey, sit, don't ask the questions. I've explained, sufficiently. I've explained. No need to ask a question. It shows you are inferior. It shows your it shows you are not sound in your subject. So that's why please let the students to raise the questions. If you are aware about the question, and answer for it. Just be frank and answer for it with open mind. Or else tell them frankly that you refer and explain the next session. So just open-mindedly, just tell them, please students, I'm not aware about that consent DAO. So I'll refer and tell you in the next session or next class, like you just openly tell it to students. Definitely the students, they won't mistaken you. Okay, then only the class will be very active. Then only definitely the class will be very active. Praise them, praise your students in front of all. So mind, this is the very important thing, because here each and everyone, they need affection, encouragement, praising, and motivating. These are all the factors each and every student, they need from a teaching community. Just always praise them, always praise them. If you are doing a small thing, then praise them a lot. Even a small thing, especially the mischievous students, very worst students inside the classroom, the last benchers, they are all, especially if they are doing small thing, just really praising like anything. Just if they, for example, if they get just pass mark, praise them in front of all the students. Just don't praise only the persons, those who got the centum or first class or distinction marks. Just praise them. If they get just pass mark, okay. Definitely, it will bring the attitude. It will change their attitude. Kindly obey that. If your students done anything good, please praise your students spontaneously in front of all the students, please. Never hesitate to praise the people. Whenever encourage them and motivate them in front of all students and teachers, it increases your reputation. Definitely, it will increase your reputation. It won't spoil your reputation. If you're praising, because everyone they need. To be frank, what we need, sir, we need motivation. We need encouragement. We need praising from our management, from our principals, sir, from our HODs. Like the same thing they are expecting from us people, okay, from we people, okay. So that's mainly you must have to encourage and motivate the mischievous students, especially I told you, mischievous students, indisciplined students, and last bench students. Once if you concentrate well on those students, after completing the courses, the first class students or distinction students, they are not coming and meeting us. You know that, the fact. This is the fact really I realized in my life. The students who are very weak in their studies, those are very indisciplined. Those are last benches. But I used to encourage them. I used to praise them. I used to motivate them. So after completing the course, whenever, if they get the job, they come and get blessings from me. If they get married, they invite me and to express it. If these students make even a small good things, please praise them in front of all the students. Like,
Hello, sir. Hello, sir. Hello.
No sound, Dinesh?
Yeah, I think he got disconnected.
Okay.
His audio is not working.
Okay.
Yeah. So still 3 more slides. You may just call him, ma'am.
Okay. I'll ask Satya. Satya?
One second, I'll just unmute. The participants can unmute yourself. Satya, ma'am. She's also not here, ma'am.
How many slides more, Dinesh?
4 more.
4 more.
Shall I go through that?
Just you put it to the audience.
Yeah, sure.
Come back.
Yeah.
Whether it is a fault of a professor or from your side?
No, professor. I think we can able to speak, right? So he could not able to speak. So his audio was not visible. I think he got disconnected, I guess. His profile was showing.
Okay, fine.
But his audio got disconnected. I think there was a technical error. I think maybe if you have his number, you can call. And this is the 25th slide. He was supposed to say that. So it was never scold them. It was about never scolding the students. So never scold your students in front of other students and also the teachers. So it will not bring their change. It will build their attitude. And call them personally and ask the problems by facing them. And listen them very calm and try to solve the problems in the proper situation. And always treat your students like your kids. So definitely there will be a lot of changes in their attitude if you work with them politely, and if you just can able to make them sit with you and make empathizing your students. So that's what sir is trying to say. And unfortunately, if you're scolding them harshly in front of others, so please call them personally and ask apologies. So give them proper counseling with soft approach. So those, and so positive vibration. So always enter into the classroom with positive vibration with vast subject knowledge. So which will help you to feed the positive vibes among the students also. If you go to the classroom with your negative approach because of the previous classes, or maybe the stress of the particular day, something like that. So if you do something like that, it'll be disturbing the classroom also. So the positive vibe cannot be able to spread across the classroom. So avoid the previous activities and just focus on the previous the next activities, and also forget about what is going to happen in the future. So just focus on that particular sessions to build some positive vibrations. So normally we used to say in our sessions like so forget about the past and don't think about the future, just focus on the present. So that was the positive vibration used to say that. And so if you're happy that the students will be happy, the ambience will be happy, so it will be easy for everyone. So those who are having good subject knowledge, they can always enter to the classroom as a lion who's a king of the forest, who's a king of the particular classroom with more confident. And just two more slides is there. And you must be a textbook. So never takes textbook along with you and refer the textbooks and then just show it off to your students. So always have a always have a subject knowledge. So before you enter into the classroom, so that the children will do that, and there will be exemption among the number based activities like syllabus, accountancy, mathematics and other things. Otherwise, just go be prepared to your classrooms before you attend any classes. Just be prepared and not be a book savvy. So rather than be a more of a spontaneous teacher where you can able to explain your own subject. So don't refer the book. So sir is trying to say be the book yourself. So be the book yourself. So like the teachers should tell the page number and question the number without seeing the textbook. So you need to be that much of a preparation. You need to refer.
Dinesh sir, he is coming inside, sir. One second.
Okay, ma'am. Fine. Yeah.
Hello.
Yes, sir. Please.
So 25. Can I go 45, sir?
Yes,
Hardly.
sir. Yeah, it's in 25.
Then next, my humble request, my dear professors, never scold the students in front of your other students or teachers. It will bring changes in their attitude. It increases the negative attitude. There won't be changes in the positive attitude. So call them personally. Whatever the errors are, whatever the wrong things they committed, just never scold them in front of others. Call them personally and ask the problems what they are facing. Listen them very calm and try to solve the problems. It's proper solution. Try to give them the proper solution to get the to overcome those problems. Okay. Treat your students like your kids. So if our kids they are doing mistakes, what we used to do? We used to counsel them. Spontaneously, we take the action against those people. Where we harsh our kids. We are harsh in front of our kids. It's not. We don't do that. So definitely treat your students like your kids. Definitely, it'll bring a lot of changes in their attitude. Definitely there'll be the changes in their attitude in very short span, very short time. A lot of changes will be there. Unfortunately, if you scolded them harshly in front of others, and because of some personal problems, like you're already in stress, you're already nervous, if I made some problems, I made some personal problems, and unfortunately scolded and shouted your student in front of other students, in front of other teachers, and don't hesitate. Just call them personally, say sorry to them, and give them proper counseling with a soft approach, not the harsh approach, with a very soft approach. Now the 20th point, sir. And 26th point, positive vibration. When when you enter into the classroom, it should the positive vibes. When the positive vibration spread throughout the classroom, when you're having a very strong subject knowledge, if you are having very strong subject stuff, if you are having a very vast knowledge about your subject, definitely it will spread the positive vibration inside the classroom through the entire session. Like if you are taking 1 hour class or 2 hour class or 3 hour class, definitely it creates a positive vibes. The students should feel positive vibes when you enter into the classroom. Then definitely they should feel happy when they see your face, because the positive vibes, it shows the positive vibration in the face, and definitely they feel very happy for listening your classes. When it will happen, just tell me, Obi, that if you are very strong in a subject, don't think the height, weight people only they can manage the people. Only that voice, louder voice people they can. 100 out of 100%, 90% of people, 90% of students, they are controlled because of your subject stuff. First priority subject stuff. If you are strong in your subject stuff, definitely they are addictive for you. They are the slaves for you till the completion of the courses. Mind it. Not they won't forget till the end of their life. Mind it. Okay, those who are having good subject stuff, they always entering to the classroom as a lion. If you have just think, my dear professors, if you are having very vast knowledge about your subject, you can enter into the classroom like a lion. Or what it will happen if you're not subject stuff is not good, if you're not aware about the subjects, you're entering to the classroom, but definitely create the positive vibes. Oh, this sir has come, so this ma'am has come, so this 1 hour how we are going to spend, like the students they feel definitely it raise the negative vibes only. Okay, ma? So if you are strong in the subject, you can, definitely can enter into the classroom as a lion. Okay, next. 27th point. So 27th. You must be a textbook. Just try to understand it. You must be a text. Never carry the text inside the classroom. My humble recommendation, my dear professors, please. Never carry the textbook. It shows your weakness. It shows your weak in front of us. Never have the textbook in your hand. So never have the notes in the hand. When you enter into the classroom, just keep chalk with. That's it. In some cases, books the students may have. You should not ask the students to open the concern page number, problem. You must have that of confidence. When you're entering into the classroom, carrying book and taking notes in hand and writing the stuff in the board, mind it. Nowadays, the devices, that innovative devices, the modern devices, spontaneously it gives the result for the thing whatever they need. If you are teaching about that steps in planning, if you are simply seeing note or in the textbook, writing in the textbook ask the students to copy, definitely they won't do that, because it type that steps in planning in the Google, in this uncountable notes they are getting, uncountable notes they are getting there. So that's why never carry the textbook or notes in hand. Just you must be a textbook. You should not carry the textbook. You must be a you must be a textbook. On some cases there is an exemption. That too, the textbooks it should carry only by the students, like mathematics paper, operational research, and then statistics paper, accountancy paper, in tax paper, because we don't have time to data questions and stuff and all within a specific session. So definitely we just have the textbooks and all the stuff inside the class for the problem papers only, I'm telling you. Okay, now teachers should tell the page number without seeing the textbook. In the previous class, what they thought, and now today they are going to teach that line by line, page wise by page, the professors they should have confidence. You must be a textbook. You should upload updated information about the topic we're going to teach. Mind it, you must always have the updated information, not outdated information. Please update yourself. Just don't be with the outdated information. The next point, the last and final point. The last and final point, my dear professors, there should be there must be the two-way communication. There won't be a single-way communication, because what we use inside the classroom, we only talking and let our students to keep silence, and we make our students always keep silence. We never used to tell them to uh, open the mouth, because always we used to silence, silence, silence. More than subject stuff, we are talking these uncountable times during the class hours. Okay, so there must be the two-way communication, definitely two-way communication. We shouldn't occupy entire class hours for presenting our subject stuff. So we should never occupy the entire class hours. It should be the combination of, yeah, film. No, I told you already, in a film, when the film will get success, it's a combination of all humor, love sequence, song, like sentiments, proper introduction scene, and proper climax. It should be the combination of all the stuff. Like in the class hours also, it must be the combination of all the stuff. Can 60% we try to occupy the subject, and the 5 minutes just ask them to recall the subjects. Then you can share the cinemas what you have seen in that previous day, and whatever the things that you are seeing that outside, so that you can share it. You can share that current affairs. You share it that COVID-19. Well, so now we are not meeting our students, not COVID-19. So like a lot of political things that we can share. A lot of stuffs to get shared. Don't tell only the subject stuff. Okay, ma? It should be the combination of all things in the proper proportion. Okay, ma? Specifically, 60% just occupy that, and the balance 40% just try and spin for students and ask them to raise their questions and doubts. We let our students freely to talk and ask them to raise their doubts in the topic, what we discuss in the particular hour. So these are all the 28 effective points that have included in this innovation teaching. Initially, I told that mind it, that devices not only the task for innovative teaching, psychological effects, psychological changes, psychological things that you bring within our students, in the sense that is also a part of innovative team minded. So final conclusion, across the world, information technology, the mattering, the very altering way students, faculty, and staff learn work. Internet-ready mobile phones and its apps, handheld computers, and digital cameras are revolutionizing the college life. As the demand for technology continues to rise, colleges and universities are moving all sorts of student services, from laundry monitoring to snack delivering online. Whether you leave or not, just go and check out in the SRM University. They implemented all, the MJR University, like Savita University. Then they have very high-fi things they are providing for the students, like these Wales University, like this Vellore, that PIT. These are just go check out that. So abnormal changes, and they are doing abnormal things they are doing for their students, abnormal things they are doing for the students. Technology is also changing the classroom experience. The classrooms at New York University, Leonard School of Business, features of all sorts of convenience for students and teachers. For instance, the room is wired with cameras for photographing whiteboards. Students can receive the images as digital files. Not only in this New York, even in our Tamilnadu, in our India, a lot of universities, they have they are using very advanced technology. They are using advanced devices for innovative teaching. And from the above, we can make out the information and communication technology has made many innovations in the field of teaching, and also made a drastic change the whole paradigm of teaching and learning. In the new paradigm of learning, the role of student is more important than teachers. The concepts of papers and penless classrooms are emerging as an alternative to the world learning method. Nowadays, there is democratization of knowledge, and the role of teacher is to that facilitator. We need to have interactive teaching, and this role of education is inevitable with the introduction of multimedia technology and the spawning of technology savvy generation of youth. Ultimately, the teaching people are satisfied when she or he could reach students' community with his or her ideas and views. Teaching depends upon success mode of communication and innovation, though the changes that we propose to be included in our media of communication. Teaching would be highly effective if the teachers start to use the recent multimedia technologies like usage of computers extensive or some modifications if the conventional mode of teaching. The use of computers may be very well practiced in the environment where the use of such technology is highly possible, but there must be some sort of innovation which can be practiced is an environment where such use of technology is on its way to growth. In those environments, use of humor, role-playing, words approach, ZA approach, etc., the ideas that can very well practice. The core of objective teaching is passing on the information or knowledge effectively to the mind of the students. Any methods using the computers or modifying the existing conventional chalk-to-chalk method, whatever the methods it may be, or innovative, if they ultimately serve the attainment of core object of teach. Thank you, my dear. Thank you, my dear professors. Thank you, my brothers and sisters. Thanks for the opportunity for Auxilium College. Thanks a lot. My session is over. Is there any more questions? Is there any more queries?
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much, Dr. Nagarajan, for your passionate presentation. And
Yes, sir.
yeah. So is there any questions from the participants? You can unmute yourself and then you can ask. And also you can post in the chat box also. We'll be very happy to answer.
Hello.
Yeah, I'm just unmuting the participants. If anyone wish to ask, you can unmute yourself and then you can ask, or raise your hands and then you can. I'll help you to unmute also. Is it possible to teach a language and literature without any text? Hello. Again, his connection got cut off. Yeah.
Okay, we can ask the participants to give the questions in the WhatsApp sharing so that we can send the questions to sir and we'll get the answer.
Okay, ma'am. Fine, ma'am. Sure. So apologies for the technical issues we got today. So it's it got resolved. So it'll be happy because already 70-80 people had joined, and in between there was some technical glitches. So we had to restart the session. So apologies for that. It will be resolved tomorrow. It's already got resolved. So thank you so much for all the participants. I ask Auxilium ma'am to proceed. I think Sir has came back.
Hello, sir. Listening.
Yeah, please, sir.
Listening. Audible is clear, sir. Is the
Yes,
clear, sir?
Yes, sir. No. You can unmute yourself, sir.
Is there Dinesh?
Yes, sir is here. He's trying to unmute. So your voice is not audible, sir. You need to unmute yourself.
Yeah, now listening.
Yes, sir. It can be heard. Yeah.
Sir. Okay, sir. Please, sir.
So,
any questions, dear professors?
How can we handle arrogant students? There was a question over there. How can we handle arrogant students?
Hello.
Sir, am I audible?
Hello.
Yes, sir.
Can hear you?
Yeah, we can able to hear you, sir.
It's a feeble voice, sir. It's a feeble voice is not that much.
Ma'am, you can
Hello?
ask your questions, ma'am.
Sir, how can you deal the arrogant students in the class? There are some problematic students in the class, no? They are very ignorant and arrogant. How can we deal with them? Sir?
I think he muted again.
Yes.
Okay.
Sir is there?
He's there, but video and audio got muted.
Audio got muted. Okay. So shall we go?
Yeah, ma'am. You can proceed with the
vote of thanks.
Yes.
Yes, sir. We can collect the questions from the faculty and we can post it in his mail. Okay?
Yeah, ma'am. You can proceed, ma'am. Yeah.
Gratitude is not only the greatest of virtues, but the parent of all others. I deem it is a great honor to propose the vote of thanks to all who have helped us in making this session such a resounding success. I would like to thank our distinguished speaker, Dr. Nagarajan, Vice Principal, St. Thomas College, for making excellent presentation and making this session interesting and meaningful. I would like to express our profound gratitude to our management for the constant support and guidance. I am happy to express my sincere thanks to all the participants, their staff members, who have made this session a successful one. Once again, thank you for all your guardian cooperation. Thank you so much. The session will resume tomorrow by 9:45.
Thank you so much, ma'am. So thank you, and thank you all the participants. So we look forward. The feedback forms, assessment forms has been posted here, and we'll also post in the WhatsApp groups also.
Yes, sir. Thanks for the opportunity given by college management, college principal, you professors, and thanks for listening, my dear professors. And I want your feedback from you all people. Just you may get that PPT from Auxilium College professors, I think. So whatever doubt you have, just send mail to my mail ID raj150976@gmail.com or to my mobile number, WhatsApp number 984138470. Thanks for listening. Thanks for the opportunity. Thank you, my dears. Thank you, professors.
Thank you so much, sir.
Can I break the call, sir?
Yes, sir. Please. Yeah. Thank you, sir.
Yeah. Thank you. Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot.
Thank you, Dinesh.
Thank you, ma'am. Yeah.
Thank you, ma'am. Thanks a lot. Thank you, sir. Thank you, professors. Thank you, sister.
Thank you.
The forms will be posted. The forms will be posted in the WhatsApp groups. So do not worry. The forms will be posted in the WhatsApp groups.